All right, welcome everyone, and today we're going to do something a little different. What I have in front of you is a couple of different BB guns. One is the Crosman DPMS CO2, and this one is a Daisy 880. I think they call it the Powerline 880, and it's supposed to be 800 FPS. So we're going to find out if that's true. We're also going to find out whether or not the Crosman DPMS shoots at the advertised 400 FPS. There's our chrono, and let's get this test started. Okay, first up is the Daisy 880 Powerline, and it is advertised at 800 FPS. Let me move this just a little so I can get that barrel in there. Okay, ready? Fire in the hole. 353. It doesn't look like 800 to me. Let's give it another try. Okay, ready for shot number 2. Daisy 880. 756. That's a pretty good shot. It's getting there. Let's try that again. Okay, ready for shot number 3. Fire in the hole. 646. What a drop. Now, they say you should pump these 10 times. I don't want to over pump it, and mess up a piston in there or something. So we're going to try that one more time. What was it? 756 was the highest. Okay, on this one, I actually did pump it 11 times. You're not supposed to, but I did it just for the sake of this test. And fire in the hole. 664. Didn't seem to make a difference, did it? Let's go one more time. We're going to have to get back in the 700s with this. Okay, last shot for the Daisy. And fire in the hole. 662. All right, so the advertised 880 maximum velocity is, I would call that a fail. It seems to operate generally within the higher 600s, with that 700 and whatever it was being the best shot that it made. So I'm going to call this a fail. Let's go to the Crosman. Okay, so here we are with the Crosman DPMS CO2, and that takes 2 cartridges. BB gun with claims of 400 FPS. Let's get this better angle here. Claims of 400 FPS. So we'll see what we're going to get out of it. 388. 370. 350. 375. 369. 371. 375. 364, 372, 331, it's getting lower, 365, came back up, 368, 396, okay, we're getting close. What is that? 1600, that can't be right. That can't be right. 473. All right, fail. All right, we're out of BBs here. 473. Let's try that again. You know what? I'm going to call that 473 a fluke. Unless it gets consistent and shoots that good again. We'll find out. 361, 364, 275, 356, 294. I think I hit the inner wall. 248. 352. All right, so this gun seems to be more consistent in the area of 350, 360, somewhere in there. So I think that 475 or whatever, 73, that was a fluke. I don't know what caused that, and I don't know what caused it to show 1600 and what was it, 68? I don't know. We're going to shoot this one more time just to see if there's any kind of a change. 359. So again, it's shooting pretty consistently in the mid 300 FPS range. So 400 is advertised. I'm going to call the Crosman a fail. Now, you would think that a BB gun with 2 CO2 cartridges in it would live up to the advertised FPS, but it doesn't appear that this is living up to its advertised FPS. Just a little bit off the mark. Again, in the 350, mid-3 range. So, I have airsoft guns that will outperform that CO2 Crosman DPMS. As a matter of fact, let's give that a test. Okay, the gun I'm going to be using for this test is the VFC HK416D. This is a green gas magazine, and the BBs, the 6mm, I'm using a 20 gram. So they're much larger than the 4.5mm BBs that the Crosman shoots. So let's see what kind of performance we can get out of the airsoft gun. Now, the FPS on this gun is, I think this is advertised at 400 FPS or up to 400 FPS on this gun. So let's see how it performs. I'm going to just see if I got a BB in there, so I'm going to shoot. Okay, there we go. Now, fire in the hole. 425. 414. 415. 408. 404. 398. All right, so this is actually living up to its claim. It's outperforming the Crosman DPMS, and I think the best that we got out of the Crosman DPS was a 368 or something. I can't remember. I should have wrote this down so that I would have had that reference. But anyway, this airsoft gun is outperforming in FPS that Crosman DPMS. Let's put another one in there. Okay, nothing. 409. 397. 396. 407. 406. Okay, so pretty consistent and outperforming the Crosman DPMS. But wait a minute, I've got something even more exciting to test. I'm going to put these 6mm, what are these? 0.30 gram aluminum BBs through the airsoft gun and see what kind of results we get. All right, so let's go through this test. I have the 6mm. You know what? These are 0.30 gram in weight, so far heavier than the BBs that you get out of the 4.5mm. All right, so fire in the hole. 429. All right. Next shot. 390. 379. Could be a gas issue. 365. I only have 4 of those BBs in there. So even with the heavier BBs, the aluminum 6mm 30 gram BBs, this airsoft gun is still outperforming that Crosman DPMS that shoots the 4.5 millimeter or the .177 projectiles. So, interesting test. All right, so what can I conclude here? Well, what I'll say first is that the Daisy advertised at 800 FPS. I think the closest we got was 700 and something, and that seemed to be a fluke because it generally stayed around the 669 feet per second range. The Crosman DPMS, which is claimed to shoot at 400 FPS, it was a little bit less than that, stayed around the mid 350 range, somewhere like that. I think we got one fluke of 473, and I do believe that was a fluke. So that gun, not as advertised. I'm going to call that a fail. Now, the airsoft gun shooting green gas is advertised at 400 FPS, and it exceeded it on just about every shot. It exceeded the manufacturer's claim of FPS for this particular gun. Not only that, it's using green gas and not CO2 like the Crosman DPMS. And it outperformed it using the heavier projectiles, which are the 30-gram 6mm aluminum BBs, much heavier than the 4.5mm BBs that the Crosman shoots. So, all in all, I didn't start out to have this kind of conclusion. I sort of got the idea of shooting the airsoft gun while I was shooting the other two guns. So I'm glad I actually did that. And what we found out here is that this airsoft gun outperforms the Crosman DPMS CO2 BB gun, and I'd say by far. So I hope you liked what you saw today. I hope you like the results of what you've seen. Come back and watch some more on the Samurai Jutsu channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, don't drink and drive. Peace.